Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Italian Tugs mailing President Dan announced on May 29th the expulsion of a Russian consul and the closure of the consulate in Constanta. This decision comes after a Russian drone crashed in Galati, a Romanian city close to the Ukrainian border, resulting in 2 injuries. The Romanian Ministry of Defense confirmed the drone's incursion and subsequent crash on a residential building. While there have been previous incidents of drones entering Romanian territory, this marks the first time such an event has caused injuries. President Dan strongly condemned Russia's actions on social media. NATO Secretary General Rutte also commented on the incident, stating it once again demonstrated that Russia's illegal war of aggression is having an impact across borders, and emphasized. According to the Liberty Times, a Wall Street Journal report on May 30, citing informed sources, revealed that the United Arab Emirates, UAE, Air Force conducted dozens of airstrikes against Iranian targets and islands in the Persian Gulf. These operations involved intelligence sharing and tactical coordination with the United States and Israel. While some actions responded to prior Iranian attacks on UAE energy facilities, the U.S. government reportedly advised against some due to excessive destruction. Targeted locations included strategic strongholds controlling the Strait of Hormuz, vital naval bases, and large energy facilities. In retaliation, Tehran allegedly launched over 2,800 missiles and suicide drones at the UAE, a number exceeding its attacks on Israel. The report also noted concerns from some Persian Gulf allies, like Saudi Arabia, which warned the U.S. that the UAE's military actions could destabilize energy markets. Following a ceasefire, the strategic alliance between the UAE and Israel has reportedly deepened, with Israel deploying forces and Iron Dome defense systems to the UAE for defense against potential threats. High-ranking Israeli officials also made secret visits to coordinate defense. The UAE Foreign Ministry held Tehran fully responsible for terror attacks, while the White House and Saudi government declined to comment on the WSJ's revelations. CBS News reports that President Trump signed an executive order on Friday directing the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) to align with a scientific assessment from the Department of Health and Human Services (HHS) that advocates for fewer childhood vaccines. This directive follows a December memo from Trump urging HHS to adopt best practices from peer-developed countries. The January HHS assessment concluded that the U.S. recommends more childhood vaccines than any peer nation. Subsequently, the CDC updated its recommendations, reducing the number of recommended immunizations for children from 17 to 11, drawing significant criticism from medical experts and health organizations like the American Academy of Pediatrics. The AAP even released its own differing guidance. The executive order specifically tasks the CDC and its Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, ACIP, with reviewing the HHS assessment and clinical data to update the vaccine schedule. The White House stated this reaffirms Trump's commitment to gold standard science and empowering patients. Controversially, the current ACIP panel was appointed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a known vaccine skeptic after he ousted all previous members, with several new appointees having questioned established vaccine research. A judge recently ruled against parts of Kennedy's vaccine agenda, citing violations of federal law and disregard for scientific process. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, speaking at the Shangri-La dialogue today, expressed a notably softer stance towards China compared to his address last year, according to Thai Sounds. He stated that U.S.-China relations have reached their best state in years, crediting President Trump's efforts. Hegseth emphasized that the U.S. seeks a secure environment where no single hegemonic power dominates the Pacific, undermining regional stability. Regarding Taiwan, which was not mentioned in his speech, Hegseth later addressed questions about arms sales. He denied that a delay in a $14 billion arms deal for Taiwan was related to the conflict with Iran, stating that U.S. weapon inventories are satisfactory. He reiterated that any future decisions on arms sales to Taiwan rest solely with President Trump and the nature of the U.S.-China relationship, asserting that Washington's position on this issue remains unchanged after multiple Trump-Xi meetings in Beijing. According to Liberty Times, Eileen Wang, the former mayor of Arcadia, California, pleaded guilty in a federal court on May 29 to charges of illegally acting as an agent for the Chinese government. Wang, 58, had previously resigned from her mayoral duties following the accusations. She was elected to the 5-member Arcadia City Council in November 2020, where the mayoral position rotates among council members. Prosecutors alleged that Wang engaged in political propaganda for China under the direction and control of Chinese officials, without prior notification to the U.S. government as required by law. Her former boyfriend, Yaoning Mike's son, was sentenced to 2 years in prison in February for monitoring former Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen's transit visit through the U.S. in 2023. Wang's sentencing is scheduled for October 6, and she could face a maximum of 10 years in prison. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.